All right. Hello and welcome to Great Craps. Let's get our phone silenced so that doesn't happen again. Welcome. So yes, this was originally scheduled to be another Crapsee Tuesday, but I had some stuff come up last night, and so I rescheduled it for tonight. And now it's another Crapsee Wednesday, and I realize it overlaps with LFC. But they should be winding down right now. And I also realize that it overlaps with Big AZ, but his crowd is a bit different than mine, so that's okay. And I think it's great that we have so many content providers on that you have choices in who you decide to watch and play. And if we had the option where we could play multiple accounts in Crapsee at the same time, that would be pretty cool, Chuck. You could switch back and forth on those people who are undecided. We lost our connection there for a second, but it's back up. But for those people who are undecided, yeah, it'd be neat to have multiple options to choose from to actually play and watch on YouTube Live. So anyway, enough yakking. Let me get out of this view that I'm in so I can see the Crapsee table. And it looks like we only have a couple of folks in there right now. So I will give it like a couple more minutes. And I think I'm going to pop over myself to LFC and see where they are, just for my own knowledge. So, not too shabby. So, yep, they're still going. But that's okay. I'm sure when they end, some folks will pop over to this channel as well. So, and I don't know what is going on with my lighting. Looks a little weird. And hello, Nemo. So, yeah, I'll highlight that one for it's just me and you right now, I think, Nemo. Let me see if I can see where's my view count at. So I got three of us. Okay. So and I think two of those are me. So because I've got my monitor here with in my ear on my tablet, and it's right here, and then I've got another one up there on the screen in front of me, so I can see you guys. So you just got off LSC. Looks like there are others. Not saying anything. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is a somewhat perpetual table for the month of April, and this being the last day of April. Next time I do a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I'll reset the table. But I just found that it was easier to keep it as a perpetual table and let people waste their 5 buy-ins if they want, and they can't get back in. But I was sick earlier in the month, and so I think I missed 2 weeks of doing this. I think April might have been a 5 Tuesday or Wednesday month, but we're back at it, and sick and traveling, and life gets busy, family happens, and so on. So let me see. I have $1,000 bankroll that we started with. I am up $46 on this table. So let me fix that in my actual rack. That should be it right there. So 1,046 in Crapsee for me and 1,046 on the table. And I will try to mirror what I am playing on the table as well. Yeah, at least I am alive. That is correct. I am alive. Good to be alive. So, okay, let's go ahead and switch to the table here. And I forget you can see me in this view as well, so I can yak just as easily in this view. And I think I just set this up the last time I did this, so I may have forgotten what my setup even looks like. And for some reason, why am I not seeing? Okay, because of the ratio, my tablet does weird things with it. But this is the 4K ratio. Let me fix that on my tablet. Let me see if I can get 4K out of it. Right now, it only wants to give me 720, but you can go into your settings and adjust them on YouTube when you're watching and bump it up as high as it'll go because it is in 4K. As long as your internet connection will handle that, you get to see me in 4K. And that's really cool for being able to see the dice better, especially if you're on a phone, your smaller device. So, yeah, okay. So, Nemo says he's going ADHD mode as he will also be on a big AZ as well. So you got to be you're either one of those people with two accounts, or you don't mind switching back and forth in it and not retaining your bets. I don't know. I've never tried it. Every time I try to kind of have, but every time I do it, my bets always get lost. So for some reason it is really dark in here tonight. And I don't know why. And getting a little washed out. Okay. You have 5 monitors, multiple as Crapsee accounts. So multi-screen, 5 monitors, multiple. It won't let me log into the Crapsee in two different. As soon as I log in on one device, I get logged out. But yeah, that's boy, that's got to be hard to keep track of in your head. I tell you. Okay. Anyway, enough yakking. See, we got 3 people in Crapsee and 3 watching. So, well, that's kind of how I expected it to be. Uh, we should pick up some more people as we get going here. So, all right. So let me get these wooden dice. These are kind of cool. I got these in Charleston. I went to Charleston recently. Let me switch the view so you can see what the heck I'm talking. Oh, it's there. I forgot. So I got these wooden dice in Charleston from. There's a market, a Saturday market in Charleston, and ironically, I asked them if they made them or if someone else made them, and they said, "Oh, we got a guy in Florida who makes them." I'm like, I had to come all the way from Florida to South Carolina, North Carolina, Charleston, North Carolina, just to North Carolina. I can never remember. Sorry for the Carolina folks, but I'm always confused as to where the hell Charleston is, whether it's north or south. But yeah, these are actually made by somebody in Florida, and I collect, like all good crafts players, I collect dice when I see them. So won't use those tonight. I'll save those for another time. But I just thought those were cool. They're pretty well symmetrical. I didn't mic them or anything, but they're pretty well symmetrical wooden dice. And it looks like they've been hit with the laser to put the pips on them so accurately. But I thought those were pretty neat. And I'm debating whether to leave them natural like they are. I think they're oak, um, or stain them up and then maybe paint the pips and make them look a little cooler. I think that would be cool to have them stained up in my favorite stain color, so it kind of matches the table. So okay, I said enough yakking. But that is truly enough yakking. So let's get going here. So I'm not putting any bets up to start with, and I'm going to random roll this first one. Let's get these other ones. Pull it back out of the way there. A little bit further away. And lock the bets. And here we go, dice are out. Midnight. For the first roll, come out roll, it's going to be a midnight. And my keyboard lost its connection there. Let me see if I can get that back. I don't know what happened there. I think my tablet may have stole connection to the keyboard. Okay, it says it's connected. Bear with me. I can't see the key. I think my number lock might be. Let's just do it on the regular keyboard. No, annoying. Nope. Well, actually, number lock shouldn't affect that at all. It's regular keys. It's going to kind of suck if I have to mouse in the numbers all night. It's not that, I don't think it's turbo mode. Okay, yeah, sorry. I get what you're saying. All right, here we go. Let's see if it fixes itself on its own. Dice are out. It'll be 5, 1, 6. So 6 will be the point. We're buffering. There we go. All right, you have keyboard. So let's mark up the 6. Let's mark up the 12. ATS. And then let's get some money on the table. We're going to go 44, but not inside. We're going to go inside, outside. So 6 and 8, be 12 each, 10 each on the 4 and 10. This is what I've been playing lately. It has been working out nicely, especially if I put a don't on it when the table goes south and play it like a 6, 7, 8. All right, looks like we picked up a couple more players. Welcome, you guys, if you guys are in the YouTube with me. I was saying in the beginning, I realized that other people are live and will go live right now, but we all have different styles and different fan bases, so it's nice to have alternatives. It's kind of nice to have this many people, creators going live in Crapsee and playing. So remember to put the numbers in. I lost OBS again. So let me pay that one on the table. I might have to shut down a window of streaming. So we're going to double tap this guy. So that was the 6. Buck's going to come off. Looks like LFC is maybe wrapped up in just BSing over there now. I'm going to kill their window. I think it's eating up some of my computer processing. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Dice are out. 3, 2, 5. Fever. Gonna be on the fever. So let's mark the 5 and mark the 5. Go ahead and pull the dice over. Oh, I gotta see. I did it again. I gotta remember, you're in live mode. Put the numbers in for the people, y'all. So get that in there for you guys. And remember to press my own bets. All right, I might have hit a little quick on you guys, but the timer hopefully gets the rest of you. The dice are out. 2, 1, 3 craps. Mark that on the table. And see, Big AZ just went live. For everybody. How's this sound tonight? Somebody give me a comment on the sound. I was late starting by about 10 minutes or so because a lot of the settings on my camera and microphone like to reset anytime I restart the computer. And my computer did a couple of updates over the last week or so. So I had to go fix all those so everything will look and sound right. Uh, didn't quite get a chance to fully check it. It sounds good in my ear, but you guys are the best judges. All right, looks like pretty much everybody's ready. So let's go. Dice are out. Hard throw and a nice long roll back to the middle of the table. 6, 4, 10. Slow down there, Leon. Let's mark the 10. Let's pay the 10. We'll get 20 or 2. And we're going to stack it and buy those guys. And it looks like pretty much everybody's ready to go. So on we go. All right. Hold on. I did it. Same thing I did the last time I played on here. I got to make my own bets, but there we go. I got that fixed, and we're gonna get a little extra time. Dice are out. 3, 2, 5. Hit the point again. Randy's on it. That's 2 points so far. That's what I was doing before. The puck's gonna come off. I'm not on the 5, so it doesn't do anything for me. Hey, Jen. Thanks for coming. Are you still on your cruise, or are you wrapped up? Randomness it is. Randomness it is. I think I'll now that I'm in the groove, I will set the next one. And pretty much everybody's ready. So here we go. Dice are out. 6, 3, 9. Sister to the 5. There we go. Get the numbers in. I don't have the 9 either. Oh, I caught the tail end of yeah, put that one up there. I caught the tail end of Jeff's session today, and it was pretty horrible. And I went dark. Well, I didn't go dark. I went hybrid for the last round, and got back. I was down, and got back to even and up a whole $4. And then it turned out me and one other person were the only people up. So that told me right there that the rest of it was bad. Like I said, I got into the tail end of it. So here we go. Dice are out. 3, 2, 5. We're just nailing those 5s and 9s. Did this last time, I think, on the random Randy. You have to mark the 9 for the ATS there. Got 8 watching. Yeah, I think I did that. I think I heard him mention how bad it was, and then I looked up at the SOR, and by that time it was like 3 something, I think. But all right, here we go. Dice are out. 4, 1, 5. Right back to that 5. Different way. Hang on. Just about everybody ready. So we'll hit the button, and dice are out. Oof. Well, if you were playing 3, 2, 5. If you were playing Ed from Roll to Win's Parsons Press, you would have hit the 500 mark already. So give me a second here. I just noticed something else. It is right where it should be. Okay. All right, you guys tell me, am I kung fuing tonight? Or do my lips match what I am saying? We're up to 8 players in Crapsee. It looks like most everybody. Speaking of OBS, we disconnected again. Okay. Oh, Jen, I have to pull out my I have to pull out my own little. He's got wristbands he gave everybody. Hopefully he brings them again. And it's based on the auto buy in Mississippi as well. But I have played it without that, and I think still made. And it works good. But yeah, when I do it, I have to pull out my phone and use my little cheat sheet. Starts with 25 on the 5 and 9. And the first hit, you rack the winnings, so you paid for that one, and then you start pressing. Yeah. All right. I'll pull it up in a second here, and I'll roll it. Roll it, but say it. All right. So dice are out. 2. I would love to roll it as I'm trying to talk about it. Snake eyes. Let me go see if I can find this guy. Pulled up my other entity and to see pictures, and as I take a picture of the cheat sheet, I can pull it up on my phone, and I don't lose the sheet. And then I can just set my phone in the drink reel with that up, and then remember what the next step is. That's my little way, because I'm so freaking nearsighted or farsighted now. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read the inside of the bracelet. It's a little gray bracelet that said, yeah, press numbers are raised on. I want to see that. And of course, now I get all my notifications from the rest of my stuff. I realize you guys are ready, but I'm trying to clear my screen so I can see what things that I need to see. All right, so let's roll, and I'll get back to that now that I got the screen cleared. Don't want to interrupt the shooter too much, right? 549. There's the third point, or maybe the fourth. I'm not sure. So get that entered. Still on the first shooter. First shooter for today. It says shooter 12 in Crapsee, but this is a perpetual table, remember. So been going all April. I think I've only managed to do, this might be the third or the third one. I was sick in the middle of April. So I missed one, and then I was busy last week doing stuff, and I missed another one because of that. And then I had some stuff happen last night, so I had to roll another Crapsee Tuesday to Wednesday. So that's why we're here on Wednesday. Where are my hotels? Where there? Okay. Well, there it is. Nice. Okay. Can I have it better looking than that? It's funny. I've taken pictures of this thing multiple times. So I'm like trying to find which one looks better. Okay. So I'll read it after this roll. Okay. 5, 4, 9 was the last one. Dice are out. And there's the 4, 3. So we rolled a bunch of 5s and 9s. Didn't really work for my strategy. Everything pressed up, but I did not get out of the hand. Oh, wait a minute. That was a come out 7. Okay. Got to take the puck off on the table. So stand by. That's a military term right there. Stand by. We fucked up. Stand by. So, okay. That first 7 is a come out 7. So we're still in it. All right. We'll let everybody get somewhat ready. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Good night. Pass. Don't pass. Don't pass. That's a pass line killer. And a don't pass push. So, okay, so it's 25 each on the 5 and 9. 25 is going to pay 35 on hit 1. You're going to rack that 25. And on the next one, you're going to add $1. So the next hit, you're going to add $1, make your bet 36. That's going to pay 50. 50, you're going to press the 80. 80 pays 112. You're going to rack that 112. The next 80 is going to pay another 112. You're going to add $8 and press it to 200. 200 pays 280. And that's hit number 5. You pull it all down, you got 500 bucks or more in 5 hits. And I think he leaves the other number up there, but I go ahead and once I get one of them to start working and pass the first press, I pull the other one down and just work that one that's up. I have gotten to the rack 112 and press the next one once in real life. So I've gotten to hit I've gotten to hit 3, but not past hit 3. And I've done it at least 50 up there. That first 25 on the 5 and 9. 314. Got to say dice are out. They're out. Or if I notice they're just nailing the hell out of the 5s or nailing the hell out of the 9s, I'll throw 25 on it. Yeah. And let's see what happens. Yeah. So it's not you're pressing it to 600. It's that you're collecting once you get all the winnings to 500, and you've in a third hit, you're going to collect 112. So you kind of get out of it twice. You're guaranteed profit if you get that third hit. And for a low roller like myself, $112 profit is well, I guess it would be 130 or so once you add that original 25 back in there. But well, no, I guess you're out of it. So you don't add that. I'm overthinking it, like Nemo. So I tend to overthink my math a lot because I suck at math in public. So that's why I have to have cheat sheets for my presses and stuff. But that's good. I mean, if you develop a method, whatever works, Right, dice are out. 639. Damn. See, you need to take what I'm saying and get off the strategy that I'm playing and play the strategy that I'm talking about. Well, I'm disciplined, so we're gonna stick to the strat that I'm working. I don't have the 5 or the 9. I'm hit a hell of a lot of them, right? Yeah, if you look at the overall, I did this last time. So yeah, the overall roll distribution for this whole run, including the previous Tuesday nights, 5s and 12s or 5s and 9s are definitely prominent numbers. Yeah, Jen, I'll send you the. I keep trying to remember to actually type it out. I don't like saying it. I'll say it live, but I'm not doing a video on it because it's Ed's thing. And I feel like I have kind of screwed it up a little bit because I've got the math to work, but I still don't understand how the buy of changes. I've not sat down and worked it out for the auto buy for Mississippi because I've not ever played it in Mississippi. He can rattle it right off. It's Ed, so he can roll it right off, and that totally makes sense right in those 5 seconds, right? But that's about how long numbers stay in my head because I got too many of them in there already. I do accounting at work. So short roll. We got a hard 4. And so our 20 on the table is going to pay 40. For 1. And then we're going to come back down to base level on those 4 and 10. Put some in the rack. And now I'm out of the hand, one way or another. Playing the 6 and the 8 independent of the 4 and 10. So kind of 2 strategies at once. Even though I am sort of double tapping each one, but I'm not regressing my 6 and 8 based on the 4 and 10 or vice versa. Here we go, dice are out. 4, 2, 6. I think I forgot to mark the point. What is it? So the point is 4. Oh, damn it. No, the point is, okay, should I have paid that for my own table? Yeah. New point is 6. Okay, yeah. So I should have paid that for. All right. So new point is 6. Yep. I was I'm reading the dice chart instead of just looking at the puck on the actual Crapsee table to go, what the hell's the point right now? That's what happens when you're doing too many things at once, right? Yeah, okay. So it won't work without it. All right. So let's see. 9 out of 12. Let one more go. All right, here. Dice are out. Yeah. Big spinner, but we got a 4-1-5. And it rolled, but it's going to be a 5. There's a little thingy on the table that holds the bank onto the table right there. But rolled my dice, but it's a 4-1-5. I have these little braces because the bank here on the table was an afterthought. And so I added it, and that it's not all one piece here. It's a separate piece there. So I added it, and I had to put some little braces to grab the top of the table and hold it on the right way. That's not the only thing holding it on. It just keeps it from dipping down from all the weight of the chips. The downside is it's a little thing on the table. It's got green tape, so it doesn't blends in a little bit, but they're there. All right, looks like everybody's ready for the most part. So let's go. Midnight. Man, I am chucking them hard tonight for some reason. I haven't played in a couple of days, so even on this tiny table. The tiny table does help me throw softer on the real distance table. So a lot of people, especially new players, get intimidated by that length of the table and just chuck the hell out of them. You know what happens? They go off the table a lot. So the smaller table helps me to, like I said, throw softer, and that works out pretty nicely on a real table, unless it's that like 14 or 18-foot boat that's at Circus at the long bar there, which I now call the Trump table. Dice are out. 2-1-3. Not Circa, not Circus. Funny, I'm hearing myself back in the ear, screwing up the name of the casino. All right, so while we're on a little break, let me go grab. We got 11 of 13. And hopefully Ed will bring these again this year. So it's 25, 36, 80, collect, 200, collect. And I'll put it in the chat in between the next roll. Here we go. Dice roll. And that's going to ender 4, 3, 7 out. And not to come out this time. So there we go. I think I lost. Yep, lost a little bit on that. Nice long hand. Should have won, but I wasn't on the 5. Should have won more out of that. That's the lesson of maybe considering switching up your play. Debate. Do you switch your play based on what the table's doing? Or do you stay disciplined and stick with your strategy, which is literally the definition of insanity sometimes? Keep doing what you're doing. Let's reset the ATS. Lost OBS and lost Crapsee for a second there. I don't know why the stream keeps dropping. What we'll do, we'll get rid of the other window altogether. And it looks like just about everybody's ready to go. We got 7 of 11. So that was not bad. A 24 roller. Just over really about 40 minutes with the amount of yakking I did at the beginning before I started shooting. So let's go. Get some dice. And we'll do our set this time. That's going to give me one more thing to think about. So 4-2-4-1 is my current favorite set. So 4's on top, 2 and 1 on the back. It's really just a 3V on the bottom. It's kind of a flipped over 3V. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I lost Crapsee and I had to Okay. And it's going to be a come out 7. 5-2. Our brown water's empty. So I'm gonna have to do a refill in a second. We get the small glass tonight. I did a single shot old fashioned. I usually do a double, so it'll last me the whole stream. I already had the small glass ready to go. So all right. So just about everybody ready. Dice are up. Oh, I forgot to set 5-1-6. Totally blew the whole idea of set. 6. We'll pick back up with it. 6 roll. Get our bets on the table. Need to change that 25. Yeah, I don't want to dip into the roll, so we'll change that 25 5. One more. All right, there we go. So still up. Let's see. Crapsee says I'm up 30. Well, I'm off somewhere. 10, 20, 30, 44. Duh. Yeah, I have too much in my rack somehow. Unless I forgot to match a bet in Crapsee. All right, waiting on a couple more people. We're going a little slow. We're going to go ahead and hit the button. Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to pull down in Crapsee when I pulled down on the table. So 4, 3, 7 outs. We have ruined the roll, and I forgot to set again. Get tied up in figuring out why the difference on the between the table and the Crapsee. Forgot to set the dang dice. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just make that easy. We're gonna take 50 out of the rack, get our 6 and change, and keep our bets up there. Hook them off. Dump the ball. Get some new ones. Let's stick with Random Randy. My head's a little foggy. That's right. I remember to set every time. Maybe Randy will hit some more 5s and 9s for us. So those are going to be off on the come out roll. And let's go. I think we have a couple of players who are doubled up on tables. So come out 7, 6, 1. Go. Dice are out. 5, 3, 8. So eight's going to be the point. A little warm. I had to go turn the air down a little bit. Let's go 44 inside. We're going to change it up since we're doing the 5s and 9s. Drop my inside outside strategy and just go straight 44 inside. Here we go. Dice are out. 5, 3, 8. So we're going to go switch to the double tap. That's going to pay us 14. And press it. And that was a point. Do a little rack management in between rolls here. We go. Dice are out. 4, 1, 5. Continuing with the 4, the 5s, and 9s. Point's going to be 5. Who's ready? Let's go. Dice are out. 5, 2, 7. Ugh. 7 in it. The bowl, reset the ATS. Okay. Your other strategy wouldn't have worked there anyway, so we'll stay 44 inside double tap and stay basic. All right, everybody's ready? Let's get some new ones. Here we go. 3, 2, 5. Just nailing those damn 5s. The 5. And while I wait for you guys, do a refill real quick. Make an old fashioned in under 60 seconds. What was that old Tom Cruise movie? I don't think they made any old fashions in the cocktail. Cocktail. Yeah, I don't think they did any old fashions in that one. Sounds a little strong. I'm not gonna lie. So the show should get a little more interesting from here on out. So okay, dice are out. 5, 4, 9. And wouldn't you know, got to put any damn bets up. It's okay. Let's play with what we're up. See if we can get anywhere. Let's just do a 6 and an 8 start. Good roll is never followed by another good roll. Almost never. So we started off with a 24 roller, and then we had a 5 roller. I don't know. Chances are, what did I tell you? 6, 1, 7. Not that I'm shading the table, but the realities are what realities are. So, especially random. I'm only seeing, I just realized I'm only seeing top chat. Okay, doesn't really matter. All right, how far in are we here? Hour, about an hour into actual live rolling. And I got a little bit still. Here those bucks gonna come off. Reset. With to risking our own money. Everybody's ready. Let's get some new ones. Come the bowl. There we go. I have 2. Come out 7. Sevens are starting to catch up with the 5s and 9s. It is caught up. 22, 22, 22. We have not seen a lot of yo's this whole series. We're going to speed it up a little bit. So each bet's in. Yes, are out. 6, 3, 9. Back on the 9. Yeah. All right. So I am going to do the Parsons Press. 25, 25. Dice are out. 6 hard, 6. Of course, I stop playing the 6 and 8. We get a hard 6. I may not have given you guys enough time to bet that last one. I'm sorry about that. I reverted to player mode there for a second and hit the button as soon as I was done making my bets. So sorry if you didn't get them in, but that happens on the real table too. The damn dealer will skip right by you while you're trying to decide what you're going to do. They just go right over. You can go to the next guy. Keep that game moving. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Six one, 7 outs. Ooh, so the table has gone dark. There goes $50. Dump bowl. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that was PSO. Yeah, nope. He hit 7 out. All right. While we're doing this, you guys put in the chat what color you think that chip is right there. Doing a little test for a video I have upcoming. All right, here we go. Coming out. Dice are out. 325. Thiva. And I'll let's see. It's a little hard to see on my tablet even. So I'm gonna put that joker in the dice box. You guys tell me what color that chip is next to the dice there. Then we're gonna go with the Parsons Press again. 25 each on the 5 and 9. We have 3 watching and 9 playing. So we got abandoned. I think the everybody was like, screw this, I'm going over to Big AC's table. That's okay. That's all right. There's still 12 people active playing, so here we go. Dice out and Snake Eyes. 2. I forgot to put the point on the table. It's a 5. So we got a 5, and a 2. So I'm looking at like, why is nobody answering me in the chat? And then I look down and I see that there's 3 watching. Which raises the question, does one stream to play Crapsee or just play Crapsee live to play Crapsee? Because you guys will play without watching in YouTube. There we go, dice are out. I have done it myself. 6, 1, 7 out. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go one more shooter since we've dropped off in viewership. Self-destruction, yeah. Okay, Jen, so since you can see the table, and I know you're still there, tell me what color that chip is next to the dice there. And we are going to be on for this first roll this time. And that's a trick question as to what color that chip is. Yeah, so it is sort of a Barney. All right, let me do this. How about now? All right, let's get some new ones. Wait. We don't need new ones. They're over here. Dice up. 10, hard 10. Now I gotta let Molly out. Molly is our new corgi. No, I did not name her, but it's just too old, and I got a dog that's a crap strategy. So what do you think? What color do you think now? Yeah, 1 or 50s, but 50s, people don't like 50s, right? So if you watched my last video of buying chips, which ones to buy? Get those damn blue ones. And so I got to find the right shade. We're going to turn those blues into purples. It's a little sneak peek. So before I put the blue one down there next to it, the all blue one, I got too dark of a purple there. So we got to go back and get a lighter shade of purple because here's my purples. So I need to take one of those guys to the store with me when I go pick out the paint next time. Get that lighter shade. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Hard 6. But without them being next to an actual blue, you can kind of see the dark purple there. And it's weird because, purple doesn't really exist. It's not a real color. Our brains make it up. Now, the variations of it, violet and fuchsia and all those things, those do exist. But true 50% red, 50% blue being purple is a trick of your brain. It's not an actual color on the spectrum. It's a even offset, and your brain goes, that's purple. Just learned that the other day. That's kind of a cool thing, huh? So I think it's ironic that you put purple in the center of that shade of blue, and your brain is like, yeah, that kind of looks purple. Nice are out. 426. I think mom is home. So this is the last shooter for sure. Yeah. It's supposed to be a point. Forgot to mark 10. Mark it on here too, because I was yakking about purple chips and stuff. We got a 6 and 10 so far. All right, 9 of 11. Let's go. Speed it up so I can be done. 639. Nice. Finally get the 9 we're looking for. All right, so that 25 is going to pay 35. We're going to keep racket. You get out of that particular 9 first. Yeah, I've seen blues, usually lighter blues though, as your ones. And I don't actually toss mine. I keep them just because if I get to the point where I have a big game someday and I need to use them, they're there. But I've always thought, man, it'd be great if you can make these another color. I had so many whites that I made my flags, my $10,000 chips. Um, actually, yeah, I think they're five. They're the 10,000 my $10,000 chips, red, white, and blue. These guys here, I turned those into flags, and so red, white, and blue, and that's just spray paint. But I guess a lot of casinos used to have actual red, white, and blue flags as like their 10K big chips. We go dice route. And I thought that was cool, so I took a stack of them and made them a stack of whites and made them red, white, and blue. 314. And you can see the edges are red and blue and white, and the tops. And all I did was stack them and tape the blue off, and then spray paint them, and the spray paint bleeds in between, just enough to give you that cool, like casino style, sort of blotchy red on the top side too. So that's kind of neat. Bananas. Chocolates are 5,000. So I have you can't see the chocolates. They're actually like a dark red, almost a maroon color back there, and they're just off camera, but they're back there. I forgot to put my bets up on Crapsee. Yeah, here's that's my chocolates. Yeah. Here we go, dice out. Hard 8. 4-4. Yeah, and that looks kind of reddish on camera until you put one of the real reds next to it, and then it's a little less reddish. Yeah, I can tell the difference. So these are really for home games if I ever get to have a home game, and I can definitely tell the difference in this one stack of dark reds. They're like kidney bean red versus a bright red. But on camera, the lighting makes them not too far apart. Yeah, yeah, the camera it just it does that. So here we go. Dice are out. 4-2-6. You know, switch strategies. That's what happens. Now you start hitting all the shit you were playing in the last strategy, right? Let's get Crapsee to match up with, or the table to match up with Crapsee. So 7 rolls in. Oh, I said the number. All you superstitious people, turn them off. In a couple seconds. For the 2 people who are actually watching instead of just playing Crapsee. Here we go. 5-4-9. Very nice. All right, so again, that's going to pay me 35. And oh, I see how I screwed it up. Okay, so I should have taken, just for the strategy's sake, I'm going to cheat. And we add $1. Okay. You, no, 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 no. Okay. I'm not cheating. Okay. All right. I haven't done this in so long. So now we're going to add $1 and make that 36. I feel like okay, yeah, I should have, no, okay, I should have done that. So rack the 25, 36. 36 is going to pay me, but we'll stay right there. I need to recover a little bit anyway. I'm going to start one layer, one hit behind where I should be, but here we go. That 36. Hopefully we hit some more 9s and that works out. After I'm done, babe. All right, so here we go. Dice are out. 6-2-8. Or 8-8. Yeah, so it should have been rack the 20, rack the quarter, and then keep the 10 up there, add $1 back to it. And that puts you at 36. The next one will pay, it should pay 50. You're basically preempting the $1 vig. We'll see how it goes. Maybe that's what goes with the auto buy. So then it'll pay, yeah. All right, here we go. Dice out. 5, 3, 8 again. Man, I'd be doing good if I was 44 inside. Be out of hand. Management. Well, wait, always good to keep track. Everybody's ready? Let's go. 6, 3, 9. Nice. Yep. So there we go. Pays 50. 2 greens. And we're going to press to 80. So 75, 80, and we get $6 back. Moves back to the rack. At 80 hits, it'll pay 112, and we'll rack that the first time. And now that I got that one going, I'm going to take this 5 down, and I'm only playing that 9. We'll conserve a little bit, especially since I'm down. Let me do the same thing on the Crapsee. Everybody's ready. Nice out. 5, 1, 6. Just about everybody ready. Let's go. 6, 5. Yo, mid mo. Don't think I've said that very much this month on this session. That would only be the 5th yo. Nobody was on it apparently, or nobody's wanting to bet it because they're ready real quick. Okay, auto buy would give me $3 extra dollars. Okay, so I have the math worked out then for without the Biloxi. So, and I think that would matter when you get up higher, right? So they're gonna definitely pay better by far. Here we go. Dice are out. 415. Of course, I take that 5 away and we hit it. That's okay. Miskeyed, so let's fix that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't have this table set for Biloxi rules, the auto buy on the 5 and 9, so I paid 50. And I have my little cheat sheet worked out for that payoff too. So yeah, I think the way I've heard Ed explain it, which is what confuses me on why he talks about it being so good with the auto buy. All right, here we go. Dice out. 314. A little short of the wall there, but the intent was there. Not good on a cruise, good on my table, and good in Vegas. Here we go. Dice are out. 6, 4, 10. Down on the other end. Almost rolled those, but it's a 6, 4. Oop. It's keyed again. 6, 4. Well, at least we can say we're going to end on a good roll. We're up over 8. That was 16. We are going to speed up a little bit, so get those bets in. As soon as we hit 10 players, we have some indecisive folks. $3. Nice, Jen. Wow. And a $500 hole. That was a pretty big one. There we go. That's 10 players. Dice are out. 415. That'd be the second hit on the 5. Shouldn't have took it down. Shouldn't have took it down. Watch the 5 be the one that pans out. As soon as we get the 8, we'll roll. We're going to pick it up incrementally here. All right, there we go. Dice are out. 6, 5. Yo, and I was just saying, there weren't a lot of mid-mo's. There's another one. Same deal. As soon as we get to 8, we'll roll. We're out of brown water for the second time, so that's good. See, a double is the right way to go for this live stream. Back to back mid-mo. Hello, brother. I do miss me some mid-mo, yo. All right, everybody's ready. Let's go. Nice, you're out. 314. This is gonna be another good one. Watch, right? I know what it is. I got my hand in my pocket. Notice this. This is a weird little thing I notice. Whenever I have my hand in my pocket, down here, my other hand, my free hand, it's so casual and relaxed. Just good things happen. Got 8 ready. Let's go. We pick up the pace too, so we're on a rhythm now. 2, 1, 3. Gonna hit those horns. Not even gonna talk about that. Got 8 ready. Now let's go. Picking it up. Picking it up. 3, 1, 4 again. Very nice. Now, of course, we get more people in to start playing. We got 14 in the 8 ready. Let's go. Hard 4. If you're parlaying that 4, you are doing quite well. Hard way parlay. It's not a hard way parlay because we get a 3-1-4 and a 2-2-4. Yeah, that's not a hard way parlay. It's just a 4 parlay, right? Press that 4. We got 8. Let's go. 3, 1, 4. 4 is on fire. 4 is on fire. Everybody's a little hesitant because they want to know, like, man, should I bet that 4 now? No. No. The chances of it going again, I don't know. We got 8. Let's go. And that's why right there. 6-1 says we are done. All right. Look how close we were to the ATS, though, right? You start getting close, and that's why people talk about, uh, popping the reds when we get close to the ATS. If you're on it, you kind of guarantee that hit. But that's it. We're done. 4s and 10s are your best friends, says Jen. Oh no, that's Waylon. Oh, what's up, Waylon? I was about to say, man, that's Waylon saying, Jen, you can't steal it. Because I've been reading Jen's comments all night, and Waylon pops in the chat. Hello, brother. Hope to see you in Biloxi, man. You're catching this at the tail end. We're done. That was the last shooter. Should have just called it good at 3. 3. See, yeah. You didn't know that up 3 was in the red, in the back in the black, right? So it's it is what it is. I'm down 95, but this is a perpetual table for the whole month. So I don't think I would have done any better had I kept playing the strategy that I had been playing. I don't know. Maybe there were a lot of 6s and 8s in there at the tail end of that. So maybe. Well, I'd have to go back and look. But pretty good stuff. And look for me. I'm going to try to do Tuesdays. It just depends on if certain somebody goes where they should go on Tuesday nights or not, and gives me the house all nice and quiet. to myself, kids in bed, all that good stuff to be able to go live for an hour plus, hour or two. I like doing Tuesdays. I think there's maybe only one other person I conflict with on Tuesdays, and they're on all the time anyway, so not a big deal. But Wednesdays, if I go a little later, I don't overlap too much with LFC, and I like to jump on there at the tail end because I just don't get ready in time for the start of it. So I like to jump on there at the tail end and close it out when everybody else has decided to roll out, and then maybe pop on and do my own live, or just pop on like this and do my own live. So um, we'll trying to keep it to Tuesday. At some point, I am going to bring back the $1 million. Let's make a million. Try to make a million, but I got to get the schedule lined out where I can do it consistently for like four weeks in a row. And so Tuesdays are the day I'd like to do. Wednesdays are my backup day. I keep wanting to do a Thursday night, but there's just too many people on Thursday nights. So that's the prime night for everybody. So, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for playing along in Crapsee. And we'll reset this table now. And I think next month I'm going to reset every session so we don't have this perpetual table going. Because I do notice that I get some new players pop in, and then I also get some true degenerates who like blew through all the 5 bankrolls, rebuys, and then they don't get to play again. So I'd like as many people to play as possible and get in on these. It just increases the viewership and gets the watch time up there. So thanks for you guys for watching and playing along. Thanks for watching Great Craps. And remember, you can play anywhere.